Welcome back to New Man, New Woman, New Week. I'm Ben Newman, and I am fired up to be with you today to talk to you about your legacy. Totally different perspective today, though. Not what you're thinking. It's about living your personal brand all the time. I'm talking 24/7. Being consistent in who you are. In everything that you do, not just when you're at work, when you're at home, when you're with your friends, being consistent. Now, how have we seen this play out in a negative light, or when not living your brand becomes a detriment? Oftentimes it happens with professional athletes. We see those athletes who are given unbelievable talents. They sign these enormous contracts, and then you know what happens? On the court, boy, they're giving their max effort. They're winning games. But then off the court, there's poor decisions that are made. They end up surrounding themselves with people that are a detriment to their brand. So for you in your life, even if you're not a business person, you still have a brand. People are watching your behaviors, watching your actions. If you're a mom at home, your children are watching your behaviors. That's your personal brand. A lover of people, a nurturing mother. Live your brand. Be consistent all the time. So when I have the opportunity to work with athletes, here's a fun little story. I went out to celebrate one of the individuals that I work with. He's now one of 1,952 men in the world that has an NFL contract. And I flew out to Washington, D.C. to hang out and to have dinner, and we were chatting in the car. And he is just different. He is focused. He is centered. He knows how to make the right decisions in his life. And we started talking about the fact that we ordered a car service to go to dinner. Why did we order a car service? Because if you have a couple drinks at dinner, the last thing you want to do is not be one of 1,952 men that has a contract in the NFL anymore. See, but it was this young man who wanted to have the car service. I was going to bring it up anyway, but he brought it up first. See, that was his choice. Because he knows when people follow him on Twitter, when people read about him in the paper, he has to live his life a certain way because people are looking up to him. So what's the lesson for you? Be your brand. Live your brand. Be consistent all the time, because there's always going to be stories of doing things potentially the wrong way, but then examples of doing it the right way. So what does it mean for you in your life as you write the story of your legacy? To live your brand, to be your brand, to make good decisions because people are watching your behaviors. And one day, people are going to look back on your life and the lessons that you've left behind. And you need to ask yourself the question, are you going to be okay with people watching that movie? Make strong decisions in your life. Live a strong brand 24/7. Part of our brand is being with you every single week and keeping it real and continuing to drive the fire. And on Twitter, at Continued Fight, giving you those belly punches of inspiration. I live it 24/7 because the way that my mother chose to live her life and leave her legacy, that's all I know is how to bring the fire to you. I can't wait for next week. For New Man, New Woman, New Week. Until then, go do great things.